Hello, I'm happy that you're interested in this short presentation about my Erasmus experience and also a little bit about Erasmus in Estonia. I will shortly introduce myself. I am Leonie, I am from Germany, and I study veterinary medicine in Lithuania. The reason I went on Erasmus is that I wanted to use the opportunity to really get to know another country. I also wanted to experience how different another university would be from mine. I mean, they might teach different subjects or have different ways of teaching in general. I was also curious about Estonians, their traditions and their habits. I haven't been to Estonia before, so I couldn't really imagine what it's like. I have put up some pictures I've taken during my Erasmus time in Estonia. Originally, I had planned to stay just for half a year, but soon I decided to stay the whole year. I was an Erasmus student in 2019-2020. The pictures on the left are all taken in Estonia itself, and the pictures to the right in different countries. And as you can see, Estonia has a lot to give. They have islands, well, they have the Baltic Sea and beaches, they have swamps, they have lakes, ruins. So basically, anything except of hills. And it's fairly easy to travel within Estonia by bus wherever you want to go. Here I put up a map how the campus is approximately divided. All the yellow houses belong to the campus of the Eesti Maaülikool, and I lived in the dorms, which is down there. And to get to the veterinary campus, I walked this way. That took approximately 10 minutes, so as you can see, everything is very close by. To the right, there's a park, which is very nice when you want to go for walks or you want to go running. And in the river right behind it, you could potentially go swimming as well. If you want to get to the Tartu city center, you can either walk or take the bus. It's very nice to walk beside the river. The little beer in the right corner is the beer brewery in Tartu, which offers also tours, and you can get around, you can read about the history, and you can, of course, get a beer tasting. And to the left, I wrote Leonie, which is the bigger mall from Tartu. Tartu city center also has malls, but Leonie is bigger and has an ice skating hall. This is a picture of the town hall of Tartu. And on the right, a close-up from the fountain, which is right in front of it. It's called the Kissing Students, and this is the landmark in Tartu. Tartu is a very small city. It has nearly 100,000 inhabitants. So if you like small cities, it's perfect. I would like to talk a little bit about challenges we have faced, both with the Erasmus program and in Estonia. I will start with the learning agreement. The learning agreement is a piece of paper you have to fill in. It's stating which subjects you are taking in your host university. And it's most probable that the host university is teaching subjects in a different order than the home university, which is leading to the problem that you will have overlapping classes. And sometimes that's not possible because you cannot take two classes at once. And it's kind of difficult to make this agreement matching as well as possible. It will take some time, but the coordinators will help with it. Another point I would like to mention is the winter months. During the winter months, the sunrise is late and the sunset is early. That means there's a long period of no sunlight. There's a long period of darkness. And not everyone is having troubles with that, but some people feel the difference of having less sun than they're used to in their home countries. The third point on the list is Tallinn during summer. I just want to mention Tallinn is super pretty during summer, and many people know that. There's cruise ships coming to Tallinn harbor regularly in summer, and the city center is crowded. Of course, Corona has to be on the list. I was in Estonia when the Corona crisis just started, and everyone was sad that university was scooped to online classes. But the university managed very fast to make everything online so we could keep studying. We took our exams, we finished on time, it was great. And I stayed until summer, until the university was actually over. And it was the best thing I could have done. They had less restrictions, we could still move, we had toilet paper. But sometimes there are challenges in life no one can prepare you for. But it's gonna be fine. Shortly about grocery shopping, I listed 3 brands of waters here which are drinkable, because some brands are producing salty water. And also, it would be good for some people to know that there is carbonized water, so it has bubbles. And you can differentiate it from non carbonized water while pressing the bottle, and it's hard. We had a couple of people who were confused when opening the bottle, and there was bubbles in there. And also about these 2 products, I would like to mention quickly that kefir is not milk. Kefir is a milk product and it's sour. And there were also a couple of people being very mad when their milk they wanted to drink in the morning was sour, but kefir is not milk. So if you would like to get milk, please buy Peem. Talking about the fun part, I personally enjoy to live in the dorms a lot. There are different apartments with different sizes. I lived in an apartment which was made for 8 people. That means there was 4 rooms with 2 beds each. But I preferred to have my own room, even though I like to live with people, but it was always good to have some privacy. But you will always have someone around if you need to talk to someone or if you want to have a good laugh. There's always going to be someone there. Another fun fact are Estonians themselves. You might have heard that Estonians are cold, but they aren't. They're just a little bit shy. They need some time. 2 to 3 beers, and they're gonna talk a lot. They're very nice people, actually, and they will help you whenever you need help. They're fluent in English, the most of them. So whenever I have a question, you can always ask them for help. And it happened to me that I was in a mall and I didn't know where to go. Was looking for a store which I couldn't find apparently. So I asked someone, "Hey, do you know where the store is?" And the person walked me there. So even though they might not be talking much in the beginning, give them some time. They're very, very warm hearted people. And of course, the Erasmus events. As you can see in this picture, we went ice skating with the whole group, but there is much more than that. They went hiking, they went to Lapland, they went partying. So there's plenty of events to go to, and you will always see different people because there's a lot of Erasmus students and there's different students in your university. So you will for sure meet a lot of interesting people with interesting stories. Talking a little bit about my personal fears, one problem was for me, how would I get from Tallinn airport to Tartu? It's 2.5 hours ride. How will I get there? But there's a webpage called Teepilet where you can book long distance buses. And there's a bus stop right outside the airport. And there's a bus going right directly into the city center of Tartu. So that's not a problem at all. Another fear, of course, of mine was the language, because Estonian is not at all like German, and it's more like Finnish. So was there like, okay, what if? I don't know how Estonians are, I don't know how well they are speaking English, but after all, almost everyone speaks English, so everyone is gonna be fine. And we did study some Estonian in university, and it was actually quite fun. And the last thing I would like to talk about is this thought and worrying about leaving your Erasmus country again. Because, of course, you met a lot of nice people, you made new friends, maybe you found your best friend. And in that moment, saying goodbye to people is very hard and it's sad, but it's not a goodbye forever. You can keep contact with people, and you might have found friends for life, and that's beautiful. And this is the end of my presentation. I would just like to add, if you're considering coming to Estonia, please bring your camera, please bring your raincoat and bring warm boots because you might want to use them. Weather can change very fast. Have fun in Estonia!